Hey ladies, I just wanted to check in with you really quick and offer some tips today because I have been hearing nonstop from my newest clients in the very beginning of sessions and ladies I meet at networking events and at speaking engagements that I give. The same thing is coming up. You know, how do I change my love life right now? Like, what do I do? Like, I'm stuck. I'm with the same guy, it's going nowhere, or I want a relationship, but I cannot seem to meet a guy I connect with, and I cannot seem to get away from the guys from my past. I can't get over my ex. I haven't met anyone like him. All these questions. So I want to support you with 3 tips that can give you a shift to actually do that. So the first thing I want you to do is get real. Get real is where you take a hardcore look at your love life right now. Like, be real with yourself. Be where you are. Don't try to jump anywhere. Because if we don't know where we are, we don't know where the hell we're going. So, like, think about it. When you get lost, the first thing you want to do is figure out where you are so you can move forward. No one can give you direction if they don't know where you are. So I want you to take that in. Like, so once you know if you're in a relationship, if you're single and dating, or if you're single and not dating, or you're going back and forth to the next, wherever you are, I want you to look at the choices that you've made that have gotten you there. And yes, I said it, your choices. Because I'm about empowering you to look at how you can take back your power in dating by owning your choices. Because when you own your power of choice, that's when you can never fall victim to someone else's behavior, right? You can get hurt for a minute, but it doesn't mean you got to stay there and be in pain. So take stock in your choices. Who do you keep choosing in love, in dating? Why do you keep choosing them? Right? What is the need for you to keep choosing men that you know it's never going to go forward with? What is the purpose of choosing to be with an ex over and over that you know that the same issues are still going to be there and they're not choosing to work on it? And you're not choosing to work on it either if you're just going back to the same old thing. Let's be clear here, it takes 2. So if you're putting up with things that you don't like and you don't want, that's your choice to do that. So and I'm not giving anyone permission to behave in a way that's not on the up and up, for lack of a better phrase right now. But I'm explaining that you don't have to be there. So that's really what I want you to look at, the reality. To move forward further, you get clear. Now, there are 2 parts to get clear. So in get clear, you ask yourself the first question, what do you want? So get clarity about what it is you actually want to have in your love life. Do you want to be in a relationship? Do you want to take the relationship you're in to the next level? Or do you want to finally be rid of your toxic ex or toxic baes and boos that you know are just wasting your time, or may just want sexual relationships, and maybe you've evolved to a point where you're realizing that's not what I want anymore. That's what I wanted for a little while, but I realized, I can have a lot of sex with the man I end up with for the rest of my life. Your choice. But get clear about what is it that you want. The second part of get clear is getting clear on an emotional and physical level, like literally doing the work to heal, to remove the attachments that you have to someone that you know is not right for you. Right? It's really starting to recognize that they are not the be all end all. Like, people are always comparing someone to the last person they were with. He was everything. He was this, he was that. I'm like, well, if he was everything, why isn't he here? Right? If he was the right person, why aren't you together? If he was the right person, you'd be with him and it would be a harmonious relationship. And that's a whole other story. But you get to build that with someone new, right? I mean, I think the biggest lesson we learn from our past relationships is we learn a lot of what we do want because we were there for a while, but then we learn what we don't want for a lifetime, which is what has us leave, which has us break up with them, or they break up with us because we at times are doing a disservice to ourselves. So I even say the times that someone has broken up with you and you gave them your all and they didn't appreciate it, they did you a favor. Why would you want to stay with someone that you're giving your all that they don't value and they don't care? Right? So I really want you to take that in. So really getting to the place where you start to let go of them being on a pedestal, because that's what's there most of the time. You have them on a pedestal. And if you knock them off that pedestal, figuratively, not literally, but that, that spiritual, emotional pedestal, you'll start to make space for someone else to show up. And the second part is literally get them out of your space, physical space. Don't have them come over late night for Netflix and chill. Don't, go to their house for the same thing. And stop spending quality time with them in a way that you would want to in a relationship. Now, a lot of you are thinking, well, I wish I can get the guy that I going back and forth to actually spend that real time with me. Like, well, I'm telling you that clear your space of this guy altogether. All of them, and maybe more than one. Hey, right? So really look at letting go of communication, letting go of engaging with these particular men. And some of you are like, well, what if that's my baby's father? What if I work with this person? What if I see them in my circles? Listen, if that's your baby's father, you can be cordial and be co-parents. You can be respectful co-parents. You don't need to be involved on a physical level. The only involvement you need to focus on is the children, and that's where your focus needs to be. So that's the end of that. That's all on you, because any excuse after that, you're just finding ways to keep him in your life. He's going to be in your life. He's an active father, and that's the purpose he's supposed to have, the relationship with the children. So that's the father situation. But if it's someone that that it's an ex-boyfriend, ex-fiance, an ex-boo, an ex-whatever that is not even trying to take things to the next level with you, he has no thought of committing, no desire to commit, clear him from your space. You don't need to hate him. Delete his number, block him, whatever. If you work with him, cordial, speak on work topics, keep it moving. Your life should not be revolving around the energy of people that don't want to be with you. You should be putting your energy into people that care about you, that genuinely want to be with you. And I'm talking about surround yourself with people that are positive. Surround yourself with great friends, great family, great colleagues that are going to fill the space for the people that you think you need to have there. And the other part, make space for yourself. A huge part of this, when we feel like we have to be with someone all the time, is that we're afraid to be with ourselves. And I think it's really important for us to look at where we're afraid to be alone and what we think we're missing and why we feel like we're not enough. I mean, you're enough. You're valuable exactly as you are. You matter, you're enough. So a lot of the time we think being with someone validates who we are, and it actually doesn't, especially if it's someone that doesn't value us, right? Someone that loves you and cares for you and values you is going to uplift you and is going to give to you. It's not going to be someone that's draining your energy, doesn't appreciate what you want to build with them, doesn't even see it, that's not even ready. And I'm not saying every single person that you've met or dated is bad, but when someone is not ready to receive the love we have to give and to build a love life partnership, that can drain our essence. As women, us overgiving has us drain that vibrant energy that we need for ourselves. And you want a partner to be someone that is going to support that vibrant energy that you have, that attracts, men and has you magnetic, but that you'll be overflowing when you're around them. Someone that adds to the quality of your life. And a huge part of that is getting clear about building the quality of life you want to have for yourself. And that's where we go into the third piece. The third part is get ready. So you want to build a life that fills you up, not literally blows up your calendar to the max where you don't have breathing space. It's not about being busy. It's about building you from within, right? So you want to look at how you're spending your days to rejuvenate. And how are you honoring yourself? Are you building, boundaries to have people teach people how to treat you? So that's my biggest thing. I always say love by example. People say lead by example, but I feel that when you want to teach someone how to treat you, that's really about loving by example. How are you loving yourself? What example are you setting that has them understand how to treat you? Like, are you getting enough rest? Are you having boundaries at what time people can communicate with you? So no one's going to cross that boundary and call you or text you late at night, not respecting that you're asleep and not respecting that you're not the kind of woman that wants anybody hitting her up at that time because you want to be taken seriously. I mean, they're going to try you. They're going to try you. We'll guarantee that. But you are the person that gets to set the boundary, right? Everyone's going to test you, but that's the opportunity for you to actually say, hey, oh, I saw you text me last night. Yeah, I was asleep. Yeah, if you want to, I mean, I would have loved to talk to you, but just not at that time. So if you want to hit me up and chat about something, feel free to give me a call this afternoon. Whatever, like put it out there. Like calling is not unheard of. I mean, it's not common today, but you could throw it out there even if it's about a text. But the point is, you let people know how to treat you by how you treat yourself and what you choose to stand for. Because I really believe if you stand for nothing, you will fall for everything, and then people will walk all over your boundaries. So overall, with the get ready piece, it's really about being in integrity with yourself and then showing people that you really stand for the things that are your standards. So for example, if you want a healthy relationship, you're going to communicate in ways that are respectful. You're going to honor that person by being loyal. And that's all of your relationships. But the added piece is honoring yourself, keeping your word to yourself, honoring those agreements you make with yourself. So when someone comes into your life and they test those boundaries and they test those agreements, you consistently honoring them, it's going to be the energy you get off, the standard you set, to have someone say, oh, well, I see how she wants to be treated, so I'm going to treat her right. And granted, you're a lady, but you may meet men that are not going to honor that because they're not necessarily a gentleman. But remember, that's what you want. You want to see who's right for you by how they show up for you. But trust me, when you start to change how you treat yourself, when you start to be in alignment with what you want, that get ready piece, that alignment, that's when things are going to start to shift. That's when the type of man you want to come into your life is going to show up. That's when you're going to have a variety of men coming at you the right way. You might be a little shocked at first. This is what I hear a lot of from my clients, but I want you to get that, like, you are deserving of it all. And those 3 steps are going to support you to get that jump start. So remember, get real, get clear, and get ready for that extraordinary love life that you desire.